The fact that I am a minister of religion may imply that I should be a strong supporter of a belief in God. However, the fact that I'm a Unitarian minister means that I probably take a less rigid approach to religious matters. If I am asked whether or not I believe in God, my response has to be, what do you mean when you say the word God? The word God has 3 little letters, yet it comes with a heck of a lot of baggage. Do I believe in the Trinitarian God of Christianity? This version of God says that God is one, but within that one God, there are 3 distinct persons, all different, all equal. It says that God intervenes directly in the world, and that this God will judge me after death and consign me to eternal reward or punishment. The doctrine says that Jesus was 100% divine and 100% human. Logic dictates that I cannot believe in this version of God, and faith itself cannot bring me to that conclusion. I'm marginally more comfortable with Jewish and Islamic versions of God. They attract me because there's no intermediary of a hierarchy to explain this God to me, that it's based on a personal experience of God. But these religions come with their theology, and to a large extent they are set within particular cultures that are not native to me. As somebody said, Christianity is my native language. If I'm quoting religiously, I probably quote from the Bible. Someone said that God made humanity in his image and likeness, and then the quip is, and humanity were very quick to repay that compliment. People make their versions of God. These versions of God are closely connected with culture and nationality. I was brought up in the Roman Catholic religion. I was religiously a terribly precocious child. I believed in every word of what I was told. And consequently, I experienced a childhood filled with worry. And it has taken me years to dismantle childhood images of God, as God being vengeful, as a judge who keeps track of my sin. I'd say it took a good 10 years before I managed to break a mental association between the word God and the image of a bearded man. And I think when people reject the idea of God, it is this bearded man that comes to mind. Rather like Peter. I am inching my way towards a knowledge of and belief in what we loosely and very loosely call God. For me, a better word is mystery of life. As a guide, I am happy to dip into all faith systems. I use my reason in my search. I know that this search for God has intrigued humanity from the dawn of time. Sages throughout all times and in all traditions have said that at most I will achieve a partial understanding of this mystery we call God, at least in this lifetime. Then someone might ask, well, why do you bother with spending this energy searching? You see, I think the journey itself, and for me, the few strands of wisdom that have come to me through the searching, have enriched my life. They have given it depth and perspective. One of the things that the Buddhists teach is that it's only when you know you're going to die can you really live. Because most of us live thinking we're going to live forever, and we don't value every moment in our lives. And I think that's one of the real benefits of a belief in God. It's a belief and an appreciation of the sacredness, the amazement, and the wonder of life. When I look in amazement at the universe, sometimes I can feel very small. You look at the stars at night and you think, what am I, a speck floating in space? But actually, we're all of the stars. And I wonder, as Einstein, I think, said it was, what is the mind that lies behind the creation of the universe? I think the journey of exploration and learning how to live an ethical and a valuable life is as important as any conclusions we may reach about the nature of God. I also believe that the search for God must make us more compassionate people. How do I sum up my beliefs? The Unitarian Church doesn't have a creed, it imposes, so I'm happy there. I question everything, and I reserve the right to change my mind. I believe that humans are more than the sum of our five senses. Despite what we believe, we find that happiness is only temporarily found in wealth and human worldly success. I admit I don't have all the answers. I believe that all faiths have part of the truth, and all paths lead to one destination. I have a strong affinity with Buddhist and Hindu philosophies. I believe God is not an external entity, but is within every one of us. And it is this spark of the divine in each one of us that causes us to question. So I urge this House, think about what you mean when you accept or reject tonight's proposal. What do you mean by that?